So it gets to the point where I really broke was flying the Black and Sun. We've been hanging out. I caught them holding hands together on tour. They were getting close to the time before I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not a double standard type guy. I'm a racist to a point. Yeah. You know, fucking weird. But then when it comes to nice people, you know, I mean, we all are that way. Yeah, but when it comes to nice people, you can't sit here. I don't give a fuck shit. I'm not sure. I'm a football player, I'm a basketball player. To have a game. If we're gonna fuck with them, let's get original. The kid is a multi-billionaire. But the thing is, now.
You are watching my favorite YouTube channel. I am Chill Monger. We're here with Darkness Under the Wind.
Hello.
You guys all saw the thumbnail. Hulk Hogan was booed. Hulkamania ran wild. And I don't want to go a single minute. See, we're still in the first minute of the stream. A single minute with pretending this was some sort of political. He cheered for the Republicans. Oh my God. People can't just take, in California, they just can't take that. He supported Donald Trump. It's got nothing to do with that stuff. That was some leaked audio. He was fired from the company in 2016 when it did leak, even though by then it was already like 10 years old, okay? For some reason, they fired him for it, but then they said that we can also bring you back 3-4 years later. It was never accepted. The New Day, Titus O'Neil, I believe the day that he returned, the day Hogan returned, he gave like a pep talk to everybody. You guys got to watch out for those phone cameras. You never know when you're being recorded. Wait, that's your message? They put something out on Twitter. It's just a thing. He's not really. And the crowd here, yes, Californian crowd in LA.
Probably yeah, especially like California, man. Oh my, yeah.
There's certain cities, Philadelphia, maybe you shouldn't try that. There's places you can go, and there's places you shouldn't be going with Hulk Hogan. I would, if I'm WWE, look at my release schedule and be like, we're in Dallas in a few weeks. We might have a better chance in Texas. Or we're in, you know what I mean? They're going to be all over the place. And we had a lot of star power on this Netflix. We did not need Hulkamania to run wild, brother.
I mean, I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to like get like some like hey, like make this Raw on Netflix a big deal thing, because this is a pretty big deal. This is historic for the company. But I mean, definitely though, especially after certain things that happened, especially how the people reacted. Oh my.
No, the way that the people reacted, we're not with it. We'll play the whole thing because this stream is not trying to make money. We'll play the thing. Oops, wrong button. He hears it. He acknowledges it.
Oh my.
At least they cut to the camera to the fans who were receptive.
Right.
Wide shot. Why is he waiting?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You know something, maniacs? I've been in this business for over 40 years, and the greatest part,
they don't care.
The greatest part of my life,
he stuttered,
is being part of this great WWE, guys.
I mean, that front row fan was kind of cheering. A lot of other fans were not really with it. That's hilarious. I've seen
it. Everyone's going out.
the it's deserved. Of course, I would say it's deserved. But the Hulk Hogan and then O'Shea Jackson had a tweet. Where is it? Where is it? Media. I want to show you this part.
Yo, I've had all kind of tag team partners over the years, but you, the fans, have been my greatest tag team partner because you guys have stuck with me through thick and thin, dudes.
It was a boo.
There were some people, the fans, giving the thumbs down.
No, it's clearly, yeah, I'll show that part. It's clearly like not a home crowd. The WWE could go to Saudi Arabia. They could go to Texas. They could go to Alabama's. Don't go to Los Angeles, New York. Like, watch where you go, expecting your legends to be treated like legends. This is coming from a guy who, fuck the Hulk Hogan. I don't like this guy. But at least if you're trying to maintain or preserve a legend, like, damn, we already don't have Vince McMahon, right? So how are we going to go without talking about Hulk Hogan? guys,
Yeah.
select your crowds accordingly. Okay.
Yeah, well, oh boy, with what you just said about Vince McMahon, well, oh boy, if Vince McMahon showed up, especially in certain areas, he would definitely get a tomato thrown at him. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Not as bad as like obviously like okay, the stuff that things that Hulk Hogan did. We can all admit though, Vince is worse than Hulk Hogan. We can all agree on that. Like the things that Vince has done, the things that he said. That's just coming from me though.
I don't know. It could be like how bad does it get though? Like Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan are pretty low. It's not a
Yeah.
contest. Who cares? I'll take it. Yeah, darkness. You're right. Hulk Hogan is nothing compared to Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who ran territories out of business.
Yeah. Well, then I'll also count the dirty things that he's been accused of.
Allegedly, yes. Like, he's been accused of doing things, but the more I listen to the woman speak about it, the more I go, nah, you were doing this for money. It's okay. Like she got a job, not a job, a boob job. I'm trying to not be vulgar. But I'm just saying you don't just do that unless like he wasn't there holding you by the neck saying you do the surgery. You know what I mean? Like I'm more inclined to believe that there was an agreement between the two to do the nasty stuff. And unprofessional, absolutely. Vile and grotesque, absolutely. But if you guys are if she was with it, don't tell me, I was emotionally abused into doing it and I was at my lowest point.
Yeah,
Like,
if there's proof of that, if there is proof where like she was like okay with like literally doing it and she like did not actually complain about it whatsoever during that whole time when he was doing what he was doing, then absolutely I understand that. It's just for now, I'm just like, look, we don't know like if that
she has proof. Darkness, she has proof. Sorry to cut you off, but
that's all good.
some of the texts say, hey, I showed your nudes to people who I work with. She does have proof that he took it too far. Like she never consented to any of that stuff.
No, I didn't know where you were going with for a minute there, but no, I actually do remember that part. That part I do remember. It's just the thing I'm saying though is just like it's just like we don't know what happened like in that specific moment, like when he was doing what he was doing. We don't know what happened in that moment where he was like, or not he, but when she was like, oh, do it, or oh no, don't do it. We don't know that specifically, like in that deep in that moment. That's what I'm talking about. But I mean, you never know though. Like maybe she did agree to it and she's lying, or maybe she didn't and she's actually telling the truth. At the end of the day though, like if this ever gets revisited and that we find out more, then we're gonna like come to like a real like understanding of what's going on. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Say hello. 1, 2, 3.
You're
So
good.
let's go to the episode, man. Today Stone Cold should have been there. He's gonna be in the Dallas Tech show in January 20th. Watch, you'll see. You guys will see him or be in San Antonio on Saturday night's main event on the 25th. You'll see Stone Cold return. We will go through this show beginning to end. It started off with welcoming all of these guys walking in. Here are the stars. Wrestling is a canvas, and we paint, and it's a music technology. I missed the Triple H thing. Triple H is in the center. It kept going dark. We kept getting new wrestlers. The Rock showed up. He talked about how, I want to give a shout out to Cody Rhodes sitting ringside. Listen, everybody, listen.
That was actually something that caught me off guard. I was like, oh, he's calling out Cody. Oh, okay.
I look at it like this. In the body of the show, wrestling is real. You don't start it off with saying words like heel and face. You don't put the words work, shoot into the world of wrestling in the body of the show. You want to do an interview outside and talk to Bubba Ray? Absolutely. If you want to do a podcast, if you want to like social media, you want to act like the wrestling is a fake sport in which you guys perform, I understand it. When we're watching Raw, never say the word heel and face. Also, Rock, if you were fighting Cody Rhodes, making him bleed, I don't want to see how much you respect Cody Rhodes. While he's doing a terrific job here as the champion. You guys are blood feud. You were in a blood feud 11 months ago, and I was expected to suspend my disbelief enough to believe you two are enemies. You effed up when you had Cody Rhodes and you guys doing a bro hug, bring it in. They did something on the Instagram Live also. It's not wrestling. Wrestling is supposed to be perceived as fighting, as legit, but they didn't do that here.
Yeah. Well, and I do get your point with that. And especially with what happens right after with the tribal combat match, which we're going to get to that in a minute. But the thing is, though, it's where I look at it, it's like, look, maybe because remember on the Raw after WrestleMania, him and Cody did have a moment, and he wasn't really like, oh, like I'm gonna like try to like take you out or anything like that. He was more of like, when I come back, I'm gonna finish this, and when you're champion or not, I'm coming for that. It didn't really feel like the whole like, oh, like I hate you still or anything like that. Like,
Sure.
I didn't really get it on the Raw after WrestleMania. So that's why, like, with what they did here, it was more of like,
What do you say about Mama Rhodes? He
yeah,
joked, say hello to Mama Rhodes. And Cody, you got me. No, he whipped you in front of your mother with a belt, and I believe that is beef. That's not something we just. That was just 9 months back.
and I
water
get,
under the bridge.
and I can understand. I can understand that.
We get another complaint here. Not enough wrestling, and they cut Penta for Hogan Shake Man. There is not enough wrestling. Listen to this here on the 32nd minute. You tell me what you words or what sound you hear on the 32nd minute.
Solo Sikoa.
That is the bell. That was the ring bell airing and hitting on the 32nd minute of this contest of this show.
Yeah, I will admit that's a minor issue I do have with it. It's like, okay. And obviously, like, heading in, they didn't really have a lot of matches, and like we all knew it. But at the same time, though, it's like, still at least do a balance where there's matches and promo segments. A balance of that at least, or more matches and less promos. At least one of those two things. Then I think the show would have been better, at least to me anyway.
The show was still good. Like, the camera angles that they would use were phenomenal.
Oh, there were amazing shots in this show. Oh my Lord.
They were showing off. Like, I feel like the arena helped them also. They busted out everything they knew how to do. A few technical issues when it comes to microphone stuff. I'm not really. I don't care. I'm not mad at it.
I don't really mind that either. And I actually didn't even notice that, to be honest with you.
It was what it was. This first matchup, we get star power. Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns. 32nd minute. Not enough wrestling. I also say this was the wrong match to begin with. This is a brand new audience potentially who have no idea what wrestling is. Potentially, right? You want them to be introduced to something, and I don't want to go into a match with like these main eventers who are doing a no rules match, a main event style match where finishers are being kicked out of, where the schmoz, right, where everyone was running into the ring,
right?
The interference. How do we go from that to whatever the second match was? Was it Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley? It just didn't fit.
I'm trying to remember, what was the second match.
Who cares? But it's just the wrong place for this. And I know they think, oh, the crowd's gonna be loud for this because it's Roman Reigns. And of course, yes, Roman Reigns has been the main event guy for 10 years now. I absolutely hate him. But he's over here wailing with a steel chair, and the next matches are only gonna have like a riptide or something, standard wrestling holds. Wrong.
Thank God the feud between Rhea and Liv is over.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I was in
attendance. It's over. Thank you, Triple H.
With the run-in. So who did run in? Sami Zayn and Jey Uso.
Jimmy actually.
Sorry.
It's all good. Then there's Kevin Owens and the New Bloodline.
Yeah, Kevin Owens came out of nowhere. Eh? The camera was right on Reigns.
Yeah, Kevin shocked me. I'm like, Kevin, oh, wow. Okay, so Kevin's involved in so he really wants to get involved with this backup again. Okay. Then Cody came out, actually. Cody was another one that came out.
He stopped sitting ringside.
Yeah, and that feud, by the way, between Cody and Kevin so far has been absolutely peak, and can't wait for that. Can't wait for that ladder match at the Rumble.
I got the moment where Kevin shows up.
Nice.
Stunner!
They got him on the
KO for 4
Yep.
years.
Yep.
Hogan being booed was music to my ears. Kenny, where were you? Right when I started. Yeah, that's how I began. And Hogan being booed wasn't no Republican thing because Mark Calloway was perfectly fine to ride that motorcycle, respected and high fived, and he had Donald Trump on his podcast.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of the people that are going after them because they have someone like Trump on their podcast, stop going after them. Stop going after them. Stop. That's all I ask.
Johnny tells me he gets what I'm saying, but those days of wrestling is over because of social media. The world knows wrestling is fake. So today it regressed to advanced stunt reality TV. So is this something I gotta? Is there a long? Are you with him? Do you agree with Johnny? Like, just chill out. This is gonna advance us later on.
I mean, it's more. I'm kind of like in the middle with it. It's like on one hand, sure, it can be, but on the other hand, it's on the other hand though, it is kind of a problem. So it's like, could it like cause a bigger problem in the future? I'm in the middle with it just to see where it's going, because it's like when it comes to like, oh, wrestling being fake kayfabe and then breaking kayfabe, that's something that I've always been like, like I'm in the middle with it. Like if it starts becoming like a big problem, and I mean like a big problem to where people start to like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't really describe it, but bottom line is like if it just becomes a problem in general, like a big problem, then I can see where people are coming from with that statement.
The only big problem that I see in wrestling, though, or one of the big problems I see, is this right here. You'll see him hit him with a spear, and right after he hits him with the spear, he doesn't go for the cover because one finishing move is not enough. The audience knows it. It takes 2 finishing moves before you get him down. He already hit him with a spear earlier that he got kicked out of. It takes multiple moves in the pro wrestling era of today to take people out. He's got to get his ooh-wah off. We know he didn't get it with the stunner, so he got to do it here, and he gets the pin. That is an issue where the audience knows a match can't end without the finishing move or like a roll up, backslide, O'Connor roll. Like there's the rolls and then there's the finishing moves and there's nothing else. So it's why the in-betweens, everyone's kind of dull. Maybe, sometimes Sheamus will do the 10 beats. Bro, like there's
get ready for the bro kick.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre 3, 2, 1, and it gets really loud. Jey Uso will be like, ooh, you'll say, oh, but aside from that, it really is in wrestling today. From this 3 hours that I watched, and I started live, I'll never start live again. I'll always start like an hour late, just so I can skip the commercials and I can skip the little look who's ringside.
Yeah,
but
I understand that.
And the entrances, guys, the entrances are crazy, and like, I know what they do. Every entrance is about the same each time. Seth Rollins got the lullaby. Oh, like we know the song. Let's like maybe play the entrances during the commercial breaks, and then we can just start when they're in the rings. I know I'm different. I know some people are going, no, the entrances are the best part. They are good. Just like if Seth Rollins had his entrance televised last week, don't televise it the next week. Rotate who gets to have their entrances televised, because the entrances are fun. But every now and again, like, and I'm like on a tangent and I'm everywhere with it. I think we should stick it to this match.
Okay.
The Ulafala is given to Roman Reigns, Joe Anoa'i, from the High Chief Selowo. They gave The Rock a new name, okay?
No, the High Chief.
The new High Chief.
Yeah.
No beef. There's no match set between Roman Reigns and The Rock because he obliges. He puts that Ulafala on him, and we got clarity. There's this story is over. I don't think you can fight it anymore over it. It's over.
Yeah, and that is actually something I was really like surprised by. I'm like, really? So Rock isn't going to turn against Roman and take the Ulafala for himself. So that's not what they're doing. Okay, that is kind of weird. So when I first saw this match, the ending of this match, the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, so is Rock still going to be at WrestleMania then, or could those rumors actually be true that he's not going to be at this year's WrestleMania? Because if he's not going to be against Roman, and then earlier that night, what happened with Cody? I mean, he could, but I mean, if we are going to get Rock and Cody at Mania, which I am very against, but I mean, maybe at the same time, because this is put to bed, I'm going to be more okay with that idea. Could Rock be like secretly? And here's why I didn't have a problem with Rock hugging Cody. I think he's trying to make it seem like he's okay with Cody's he's like yeah, I'm okay with you, Cody. And then fast forward, psych, haha.
You're okay, but how stupid does Cody look though? He's not supposed to be trusting and go in for the hug either. He's supposed to protect his character.
That is true. That is true. And it is kind of a weird way of doing it, I will admit. But I mean, at the same time, though, it does solidify that that The Rock is definitely very manipulating, calculating, and so forth.
I remember when I was a kid, Edge hit you with one spear and that's the pin, right? One super kick from Michaels and that was it.
Right.
Now you need 3 spears, do DDTs. And okay, listen, that's what fans want to see because we fans know that, oh my God, they're kicking out of DDTs. They're kicking out of frog splashes. This is a new breed of athlete. We're going to eventually die out. New fans are being created who didn't grow up the severity of a super spear.
Right.
Invest as the older fans or new fans. Why should I pop? The Superman Punch matches, it had like a 10% less than that. So I'm not even going to believe it. I'm just going to wait for the ooh-wah.
Right. And I understand that. I can understand that.
You're glad you acknowledge One Wing Angel remain protected future. Good point. I was watching some New the other night. Phenomenal Kenny Omega performance. Every wrestling match there felt like fighting. They didn't have time and space away from each other when they were in the match. It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Omega definitely is one of the best to do it in the ring. Like that, I will absolutely agree with people on. He is in ring performance. He is amazing.
The bloodline goes anywhere, just not in the same rudder of a story. They're not rotating the same story.
Right.
A big premium live event feel. Not that weekly show we will be getting. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of cameos and a lot of what do you call, not a cameo, but when they go ringside and they'll show who's here, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of that.
This moment was cool. I was like, ha 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 ha. Just laughing.
The thing where they booed them. I think the microphones had a little bit of an issue. It didn't sound like New Day was being booed initially, but they were being booed eventually. So they could turn the crowd noise on, or weren't booing, and they were acting like they were booing. New Day came again for an appearance when they showed who was in the skybox, and New Day came time when they saw Flo. They were like, I'm not even gonna watch your Netflix special tomorrow, and they did a good job of showing that they're the New Day. Are you ready for them to have a match?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everything that's going on with the New Day right now, it's really enjoyable. Like what's going on, especially with them getting booed as loud as they are. Like, good Lord, they're the next Dominic Mysterio.
Rotating seat fillers. Yeah, there were some empty seats here during the match.
Yeah,
Wayne looked like he was doing whatever the F he wanted to do, and Trips can't do nothing about it. Mm-hmm.
Well, remember what happened before WrestleMania 2024 when he just took Cody's spot and he was just Cody was about to go back in the line and just give his Royal Rumble spot to The Rock. Rock had all the power to do that, and thankfully people started the "We Want Cody" movement, and Rock realized he messed up. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a good example. You want to know how much power Rock had? Just look back at what happened.
I want you to look at the timestamp here of this portion. We are 1 hour and 7 minutes for the second big moment of this. After the first, we have John Cena showing up. He says, "I want to be in the Royal Rumble." Yeah. First he goes, "I'll never say never. I'll never be 17-time champion unless I'd have to do something like win the." It was a good little, he had a little energy. they said thank you, John Cena, in the middle of him talking, like it wasn't one of those he anticipated. They just started thanking him, which was great to respect John for his years of service. And I'll say the same thing for Roman Reigns when he gets to this stage. As much as I hate Roman Reigns and think he's undeserved and I don't enjoy him, just the hours that you put in and years that you put in has to be respected.
Right.
Talent, yeah. I'm just saying. So there we go.
I just wanted to say real quick. When it came to John Cena, though, I really did like that promo, and especially because I'm just gonna say, man, right now, man, he declared for the Royal Rumble, and he wants to win number 17th World Championship. Which I gotta say, people are saying that it should be Gunther. If Rock doesn't actually go after Cody, and that is put to bed, then another option is Cena versus Cody. And a lot of people are saying, Gunther is the way to go. He must be the person that Cena faces. While I would like to see that, I would not mind him facing Cody either, about being a battle of respect. I wouldn't mind that. Or if Cena does face Gunther, Cody's likely going to face Randy or The Rock, which I'm fine with any. I'm fine with those two things, but I'm also fine with Cody defending it against Cena at WrestleMania. And could Cena win? Maybe. If he faces Gunther, maybe he'll also win. You never know. So, I mean, it's like
he's had matches against Cena, has matched against Cody. Never tried a Gunther sandwich, so he's gonna just for the new experience do the Gunther match.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Agreed, Jared. Cena versus Gunther is way better. Cena versus Cody promos would just be them out inspirationally speaking each other.
That is true. That is true.
100%. Did this happen to you when you were watching Netflix? Did they go to commercial to Logan Paul?
So okay, what happened? So here's what happened with me. So my it's a long story of what's going on with my premium, not premium, but so my subscription status on streaming services. So I have to watch a lot of what's going on, a lot of what happened on Raw and Netflix. I had to watch it just like simple clips, and from someone that named Matt Kemke who recorded it.
So you didn't even watch it on Netflix, basically.
Kinda.
All right.
But
you answered. It's cool.
Yeah,
I just was gonna say that the commercial placements may have been different depending on the country that you're watching in. And we'll find out. Someone will report on that later on this week.
Yeah.
I'm in Canada.
Yeah, I do know you're in Canada. But one of the things I do want to say though is that hopefully the things that are going on that issues with Netflix don't get to the point where they start glitching uncontrollably or all sorts of problems start happening, like the fucking Mike Tyson fight between him and Jake Paul. Oh boy, that show, my God, those glitches were horrible. And don't get me started on what happened that night either. But we're not talking about that.
We're talking about the fireworks entrance and the what do you call these drones? Is that what they are?
Drone shots.
Lovely. The drones just creating images outside the city of Los Angeles. It looked pretty. At this point, though, I think does the sun go down in Los Angeles? Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah,
it's still winter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so picky. I was gonna critique that. The entrances were viewed. Liv Morgan's took an entrance. They went to commercial, which took so much damn time when you're watching live. And then we have to watch Rhea Ripley's entrance. And that's what I meant by no entrances. Like, they're not that special, guys. They do the same walk each time. You don't ask Liv to just enter. They cut to break, and she's just sitting doing nothing for 5 minutes. And then we get.
I think what they have to do is like just kind of speed it up. Just speed up the entrances, like at least just like okay, here they go, and then just okay, good, cut it now, get to the match. That's what they have to do.
Just get to the match.
Yeah, just speed it up and then get there.
Here's another match with finishing moves. The Riptide was kicked out of. The Riptide was needed again twice to win the match. Just like Roman Reigns needed 2 spears to win this match. Dominic Mysterio was great. Not just Dominic Mysterio. Pat McAfee on commentary was very anti-Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, Pat McAfee is goated on. Like, no matter what Pat McAfee does, like whether it's been against Dominic or against someone else, he is goated on. He is goated on commentary. He just is, like, no matter what. And he was great. Absolutely, I agree with you. But not just like when he's here. He's great all the time. His aura when he's on commentary for like every single match, and when he's talking in a promo segment, are 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, baby. And him and Michael Cole's chemistry together on commentary, it's just so cool, man. So
They
that's
like each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know they do like each other, and it's hella cool, man. That's why it's like when they split up, I hope wherever they go to next, whether they be here on net, or they be on Raw and Netflix, or they go to SmackDown, they're together. I don't want them separate because their chemistry is unmatched.
He won't do it separately. If Pat McAfee's coming, he's gonna do it with Cole, his boy. I'll give it 10 out of 10 for Liv Morgan because this is not the look at this kick. This is the middle of the match. They did not plan this spot. This is just, while we are in between the big moves and the big things, I'm going to make it be perceived that we are in combat. I will kick you. I will rough you up. Like, this is a wrestler. And this is the type of stuff that's missing in matches. And it keeps the engagement of the crowd. And Dominic was spicing things up on the side, and he was great. The wrestlers did what they had to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there. I'm just glad that that Rhea Ripley won. She won back the Women's World Championship, which I liked. And I'm gonna yeah. Oh yeah, but just go down you go. So yep, and down you go, Dominic Mysterio. You dumb little bastard. But
you want me to show you the riptide she does to him?
Oh yeah. Oh dude, yeah. The Riptide too is also hella cool.
She really got him up. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, definitely ending that chapter of this version of Rhea Ripley, which I liked.
Which is uplifting because how many times does the woman go back to the abuser who treats her like trash? Like in real life, I mean, like this was a good little message to see that she was finished with them. Like she did the thing where she kicks on the ground and puts the dirt over the fire. Like it's over. That was a good message for our women to see who we share this world with, our daughters and our sisters.
Yeah. And also thank God this feud is over between Rhea and Liv, because oh my lord, this kept going for way too long. End it like this. Good way to just end it and just have Rhea move on. Please, Triple H, do not continue this. I am begging you.
Rhea showed back up with Damian Priest up top. He gave her some love right before they finished. Let's hear it for Rhea Ripley. Like he was showing support for her. Good camaraderie there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that finished now? Is every member of the old what are they called?
Judgment Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Punishment Martinez. The Judgment Day.
Martinez.
My brain's short wired, but they're finished. Like they have separated each other. Finn Balor's not going to say anything about Damian and Dominic and Liv they're probably going to break up or do something on their side. Like it's over. All of it's done.
The one thing I will say though, and this is about Finn Balor because you brought him up real quick. I want to say this about Finn Balor. The man needs to something's got to change with him. Like he's got to go back to like that NXT version of Prince Finn Balor that we remember him as when he arrived back in 2019 and he turned heel and he was that badass solo Prince, taking names and that with that NXT championship run. Like that Finn Balor needs to come back. Like Triple H needs to bring that out of him and either have him betray JD, Dominic, and Liv, or have them betray him and kick him out, and then that turns him back into the 2019 to 2021 Finn Balor that we remember him when he was in NXT. And also, this was cool. Yes, this was cool as well.
Good moment. The two goth,
yeah,
tattooed.
Yeah. That was a cool moment.
When I hear gong. Great execution of the gong. Michelle McCool was present also.
Really? I actually did not see her.
Yeah, it was when they went to the ringside. Look who's here. President of Netflix. Vanessa Hudgens is here. They said, who else was there, bro? There's so many celebrities. The best one was actually from, I won't even tell you who. So Seth Green shows up, yeah?
Oh my God, okay.
Okay, Seth Green, we know him. He did a Camp WWE. He's got a relationship with this company. I remember one time hearing him on commentary, and he really took it seriously. So respect to Seth.
Yeah.
And then they cut the crowd to here.
Other guest, Macaulay.
Oh yeah, him.
He killed it. Look at that. You know.
The worst mom of all time.
And the camera overstays on these people.
It
So
does.
it doesn't, and so he knew what to do. It was slow, with a little Ash Ketchum with the hat, the
Yeah,
little thing, talk to the
that
crowd.
was cool. That was
O'Shea
hella cool.
Jackson, O'Shea Jackson Jr. was there, and he also tweeted about how it was loud boos for Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
O'Shea, the guy from Black Widow, who called her something long bottom, the guy who helps you with the outfits, the black dude with the British dude. He was in the crowd for this, and he appeared in Secret Invasion also.
No.
The Well, X Pac was there. Who was your favorite of all of the ringside people that you saw?
Oh man, I'd have to say, well, even though this person wasn't ringside and he participated in entrance, I have to say it has to be Travis Scott. With him yeeting out with Jay. He's like smoking fucking weed at the same time. I'm like, damn, he's smoking weed. I'm like, this really is a new era of WWE. Oh,
Travis Scott is so not an expected like rap, no relationships. Wale, yeah, Wale, that's a rap wrestling kind of connection, and he was present. He was one of the ringside cameos. Not Travis Scott, but he did his thing. He came better than Lil Wayne. Yeah, he didn't. They wouldn't put a microphone on him. He just came in and did entrances. I think he was supposed to do commentary during the Drew McIntyre match. He sat on the wrong side of the broadcasting table.
He probably got high though.
They might have changed the plans. That his involvement might have been supposed to be more, but then they just said, "No, we'll just not do it." And if they avoided a crisis where something wrong was said on the microphone, good on the WWE for being sharp.
He would have probably gone full uncensored though. Yeah, he tried to grab a motherfucker.
Yeah, you never know. Like they did the right thing for their brand. If he was under the influence, and I would say evidence of that would be him sitting on the wrong side of the table. So I'm just saying maybe they had to do what they had to do. So good on them.
Right.
Rogue Hero says, bruh, this was my first time watching wrestling in about 20 years. Shit was boring as fuck. I missed Attitude Era. Thank you, because there were not enough segments. Yes, it was boring. Too many finishes being kicked out of. The crowd wasn't too hot for a lot of things except for the moments which they're supposed to be hot for. And shout out to them for being hot. The moments in between, the matches were not for the guy who has never watched wrestling in 20 years. They don't give a damn about no Solo Sikoa. They care. They want to see action. They want to see a luchador flinging off. They want to see tag team matches where guys can at least get breathers so that they can bring the action. They're running and gunning and doing a lot of the moves. Like they wanted to see a freaking wrist lock.
Get ready for Penta next week.
Yeah, sure. They want to see a wrist lock, so maybe Penta can give us that and Hurricane Ranas and stuff. Every wrestler was the same style of match, where you toss somebody outside, you go to the top rope for a move, the power moves and stuff. It wasn't enough diversity on this card. Now, if you were a wrestling fan who has been invested in the story, you couldn't wait for Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley to get her hands on her. You couldn't wait for these big moments. This was not a culmination. Let me say it again. It was a culmination. That's what Netflix on Raw was. But the best thing to do was offer a new show. Eric Bischoff, Mall of America, September 4, 1995. The first match, it was Jushin Thunder Liger versus Brian Pillman. They had an athletic exhibition. If you were new and you didn't know who these two were, you probably don't know who the big main event guys are either, but you saw flipping and diving and fun stuff. There wasn't kicking out of finishers. There was like good, intense competition. It was the right match Eric Bischoff selected for that match, for that first night. It was new, fan friendly. That was dropped. That ball was dropped here. I'm going to lay off that one. Rogue Hero now says, I was like, why didn't they slam people through the tables to use weapons like back in the day? They did that in the first match. What do you mean? They did a concerto in the first match.
Yeah, they did that in the very first match with when Roman Reigns and used a chair on Solo, and then Solo or I forgot who it was. It was Roman that did a spot with Solo going to the table, or Solo putting Roman to the table. I forgot which one it was, but one of those two things did happen.
Kathy Kelly interviewed these dudes. Chad Gable said he's got a match next week against, I forget who. Do you remember?
He said, so what was said was that Chad Gable has a match against a new superstar. And then before that it was revealed that Penta was coming to WWE. Like they officially confirmed it. They did the whole reveal, Penta's mask, and they put the name Penta on the mask, basically saying that like Penta's coming to the WWE, coming to Monday Night Raw. So it's very 99.9% likely going to be Penta versus Chad Gable next week, which I am looking forward to, because Penta, one of the best things in professional wrestling, especially going to AEW before Tony Khan completely messed him up and completely iced him, along with Ray Phoenix, which hopefully Ray Phoenix leaves that bum ass company. So glad Penta's coming. Hopefully Ray Phoenix does eventually leave and joins WWE with Penta, because they're both really good there. And the fact that Tony Khan treated them like that is just absolutely baffling. And I can't wait to see things that Triple H does with him that really show like what Tony Khan like really messed up on. So I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
Listen, I'm not doing the AEW WWE thing. I'm gonna enjoy them all as much as I can.
And I get
this is the entrance. This is the amped entrance.
Yeah, this was a dope entrance, I gotta say.
Like dope. This right here. Where's the drone shot? It's coming. Give it a second.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that drone shot was freaking.
I think dope. I see the drone. There it is.
Right there.
Come on.
This was awesome. This was awesome.
Hey.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And see, like technologically, nobody can bring that the way the WWE can bring it, and they're only going to get better, and they're only going to think of new things. They get a little carried away. I remember last week, I saw them in the ring during the match. Like, cameraman was in the ring, and then he had to back up, and we could see him on the corner of the next camera angle. Here is Travis Scott sitting on the wrong side, and they told him, "You can use my chair instead." And there was a lot of confusion there. He didn't stay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a thing. They went to break here.
Yep.
Crazy long break.
Yeah.
To get Drew McIntyre back in the ring.
And
takes too long.
Okay, this whole thing with Drew right here actually really shocked me, especially the ending of the match anyway, which we're gonna get to. I know.
Did I skip it? Here.
The
ending of the match. Just say it. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say this right now, that this match was definitely pretty good. They both did a good job in this. All their matches together never really disappoint. It's just like Jay actually rolling up Drew 1, 2, 3 for the pin, and winning like that was just like, oh whoa. And the fact that Jay even won too was just like real. It's just like, wow. So okay, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
because heading into this match, and I kept saying this beforehand, that like Drew is likely going to win, but they completely swerved, and they did something that I did not see coming. Not only did Jay win, but he won via a roll-up pin, which was like, oh wow, okay. I'm not against that, but okay.
Nothing was on the line here. This was not escalation, right? This was
Right.
a match that was an exhibition match that didn't have a title to it. There was no long feud with it. It was just a match. And
they do kind of have a feud with each other because of like what happened with the bloodline stuff, with like all the times that Jay cost Drew an opportunity at the gold that Roman used to carry back in 2020, and then in 2022. Well, 2022 it wasn't him, but it was Solo. But like you know what I mean though. Like there's still like that. There's still a lot of resentment that Drew holds against him and to anyone that associates with Roman and the bloodline because of
fine. There was a story.
Yeah, well, kind of a story, kind of.
We get back to this ringside cameos with him and Tiffany Haddish. I don't know who this guy is. I know who she is though. And then we got. Did you say WCW? And that dude on this. Let me rewind it again. But that dude. Here's
Braun Breaker.
The orange Braun Breaker. See, they didn't boo him.
Yeah.
So there, on the right behind him to the right. This is that actor.
That looks like Cameron Grimes.
This guy here?
Yeah, he looks a little bit like Cameron Grimes. Okay, now he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He did for a minute there.
He was in the Black Widow film. He was the suit guy. He was the one who gives you like new attire if you need it.
I vaguely remember him now. It's been a long time since I've seen the film. Trust me, that's one of the MCU films I really just like try to forget, to just pretend doesn't exist. I'm just like go away, please. I'm just like go away. I don't want the baseball bat thrown at me, please.
Big pop for Tiffany. Not
yeah.
Tiffany. Tiffany Stratton. I was gonna say Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
Hey, 2 Tiffany's in one camera angle.
Yeah.
And then this one, I didn't know who it was, and then I was like,
that one
Nikki
was
Bella?
like, oh.
Ashton Kutcher on the side right there, you see?
Oh yeah, I do. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Nikki Bella. What were you gonna say though about him?
I was just gonna say Nikki Bella. That one I was definitely not expecting. I was like, oh wow. Like when they showed her, I was like, ooh, wow, she's actually there too.
Like she just had some real life issues. Are you aware?
I heard a little bit. I don't know the whole details, but I heard a little bit about it. So
The man in her life got to do with business.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's coming back now. Yeah, I did hear about that.
The Miz had a promo. We get the match with Seth Rollins, the big entrance.
Oh yeah.
Boring entrance, the lullaby. We got Hulkamania, we get CM Punk, and we get the match, which was a big match, a main event match. They kicked out of each other's finishers because that's what you got to do.
Yeah. The one thing I will say though, this match I thought was like, in my opinion anyway, was probably match of the night, if you want my honest opinion, because this match was just so good. There were moments in this match where they were like punching, where they were like punching and kicking the shit out of each other. Like it looked real, even though we know like wrestling's kind of fake. It's still like it looked legit. I was like, damn, like they looked like they were ready to kick the shit out of each other. Like, oh my lord.
Moments like this.
Yeah. No, well, not like that. It was when I forgot who it was. It was either Seth or Punk on the ground in the mat, and one of them was like punching the shit out of their neck, out of the other's necks, like with their fists. I'm like, damn, like those spots looked really good. And then all in all, like the whole match itself was really good as well. Seth was great. Seth was great. Punk was great. Everyone involved with this match did such a good job, and that spot right there with him like doing the GTS and
the momentum took him out the ring.
Yeah, I know. But
they kept going out the ring in this match.
Yeah, well, I actually did not see the replay enough, but
yeah, Bret Hart said he was unsafe on Twitter right after. Yeah.
Help me! I'm being attacked by the GTS. Help me! But yeah, no, and honestly, just though, that was probably match of the night. Punk winning was definitely something I kind of saw, but at the same time, like I wouldn't have been surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if Seth won either, and he turned heel. Because heading in, it kind of like did seem like that maybe Seth was like on the verge of turning heel, and he was gonna win using some heel tactic. So which is something that, like, you know, I wouldn't be that against if Seth turns heel, and the next time they get into another match, probably, who knows if that is the direction. It likely will be. But if they do fight again, it's likely going to be one at the Royal Rumble and then come to an end at WrestleMania. Or maybe if they do fight again, it's going to end at the Royal Rumble and they're both going to go their separate ways, doing their own things, with Punk wanting to go after a world title because that's what he originally wanted. Originally, that was going to happen at last year's WrestleMania, but because he got injured and it was originally going to be against Seth, because of all that had to be put on hold, that had to be changed and all. So, I mean, WrestleMania, it could be Rollins.
Pedigree 1, 2. No, we kicked out the pedigree because that's the only thing that'll get these fans to pop now. Oh my god, he kicked out of my finisher. They did it in the first match, the second, third, and fourth.
Well, actually, the pedigree isn't really a finisher; it's a signature move. Actually, it's not really a finisher. So that's his.
You don't mean that. You're not saying that with a straight face, Darkness. You don't mean that at all.
No. Seth Rollins' pedigree move. That's like a signature move. His second move, which is the
That video game logic that you're using on me, is that what they put it on the game?
Yeah.
Okay, video game logic shouldn't
They've been
apply.
doing that for such a long time now. Plus, everyone's been kicking out of the pedigree. No, a lot of people don't really kick out of mainly the stomp. It's the pedigree people kick out of.
I think the choke slam used to end matches, and the last ride used to end and the tombstone used to end matches. Okay,
It used to. Keyword is used to. That's the keyword.
I'm saying you can have more than one signature move.
Right. And I do think that it's not just the finishing move that should end the match, it's the signature moves as well. Like the pedigree, that should end the match as well as the stomp. As well,
we need an analytics guy. We need a statistician to join the WWE and talk to these guys. We need the people who produce the matches to speak to each other and say, "Oh, are you going out of the ring in your match? Yeah, I am. Okay, are you doing something on the announce table? Yeah, I am too. Okay, let's not do it. You kicking out of a finishing move? Yeah, we are. Okay, well, so were we. Only one of us can do it. You know, like we gotta think it through. Buckle bomb. Here comes the. At least this wasn't a kick out. He puts his foot on the rope, and that's different than a kick out. So shout out.
Right. Right. I do agree with that. One of the reasons why I really do like normal matches, especially in certain match types, certain feuds and all that, is that like it's like, okay, like if like you kicked out, you have enough strength to kick out of a move. You kick out of like after being finishing moved on, after your finishing move gets moved on you, and you're out cold, and the ropes are close by. That's like a good excuse. Like if you kick out like once, okay, that's fine, but you can't kick out twice. You can't kick out twice. Once once they're in the ring, you have an excuse to as a way to escape out of it. As like if you put your foot on the rope or put your hand on the rope or anything related to the ropes, you have an excuse to do that. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. If it's more than two and they just kick out without using the ropes or anything, then yeah, we're gonna have a problem here. That's too powerful.
Yeah, poor Thunder Lips. Very funny. Very good joke. Jimmy Survivor. That's what Hulk Hogan in Rocky number 3.
Rocky number 3.
When his music hits, I was hoping they would boo. They did boo. I'm happy about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I actually was not expecting the boo to be like that, to be as nuclear as it was. I was like, oof.
Everything about this was great. You know, the crowd came through. He ripped the shirt. It's like, well, at the convention they really liked it, but they didn't like it now. Here.
What should making history in the WWE is tag teamed up with Netflix, the greatest tag team partner of all time. So what you gonna do when the WWE
They booed Netflix.
and Netflix runs wild on you, maniacs?
They played that music quick. So guys,
yeah, I know. They're just like, okay, do it now. Deploy it.
Your brand partner, Netflix, they want to be associated with a happy brand. Like they don't want the word Netflix and booze to come right after. Commercials that would play before Logan Paul's Japanese video where he goes into the forest. We all know what I'm talking about. The advertisers were upset. They don't want to put out their new T-shirt or the new, item that they're selling right before this video having to do with Logan Paul doing that. Same thing here. Netflix is really, really pissed that he was talking about Netflix. Guys, it's all about Netflix. Boo. They're going, whoa, on Netflix? Like, this is not okay.
Yeah, honestly, I think because of this, and especially because of that point that you bring up there, I think what they're gonna do, and I'm saying this like business wise. I don't know if this will happen or not. I'm not saying that this will happen or anything. So so this isn't me saying, oh, this should happen. I'm just saying what they might do, what Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos, the heads of Netflix, will do. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna like, okay, we could still have legends on here, but don't have Hulk Hogan on here. I think is what they're gonna do, and he's gonna he could show up on USA
Network.
Right, on SmackDown, because SmackDown is still on cable television. And like hell, like anywhere like off of Netflix, WWE related, as long as it's not like Raw on Netflix, I they're gonna be fine. Like he can show, like I think they're gonna be like, okay, don't have him show up here on Raw and Netflix, but if you want to have him show up on SmackDown, or even like have him show up on NXT, even though I highly doubt they do that.
Only give us Stephanie.
And Triple H.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. And who knows if they will or not. But yeah,
San Antonio.
man. Hey.
Say it again.
Yeah. Hey. If Stone Cold comes back, I'm not complaining, man. I'm not gonna complain. I mean, hey, he did say that he's got like one more match in him. I mean, after that performance at WrestleMania 38 against Kevin Owens, which I was not expecting to be as good as it was, I was surprised. Like everyone else, I was surprised. I was like, damn, he still has it in there. And he did say that like that he still has another match in him. So I mean, like one more match in him. So like, hey, if we get another match like somewhere down the road, and it's at this year's WrestleMania or somewhere down the future, then somewhere down the road, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain.
I think Ted Sarandos was one of the people who was ringside. Bill Simmons with the little Boston Celtics.
Oh, jeez.
LOL. Here he is.
And that is that Greg
here
Keys?
Tonight.
They say their names here. I think it was Sarandos, but it might not be.
Okay, that's right.
Netflix. The people that make this all possible. On the left, there's Bella Bajaria and Ted Sarandos on the right.
Okay, that is Ted Sarandos.
We are here tonight on Netflix. Also, they love the WWE. Also, massive WWE fan. Vanessa Hudgens is here.
Oh, yeah.
She got the opportunity to get into the ring after one of the shows over the weekend. She had a...
We're all in this together. I love her. Her and Zac Efron will always, and Corbin Blue. Sold. Whatever they do, I'm gonna be interested in Ashley Tisdale and all the High School Musical. I never seen High School Musical 3 though, because they put that one in the movie theaters and I didn't go, and I should have by now.
Vanessa Hudgens, hey, she's dope though. She pretty much made her name, like made a name for herself. Well, specifically within the WWE, especially after what happened off air on SmackDown when she had a moment with Cody and all them. Cody and the Usos. Oh, there's Michelle McCool.
Yeah. Hey, that was the show basically. It was a night of few matches. I think they need more storyline elements. I don't think the pay-per-view version of Monday Night Raw was the answer. Oh, my girl on the left, Damage Control from Io Sky. She was dancing over to Jey Uso and everything. She bring it.
Yeah.
Is it Roxy Perez?
There's a Lyra Valkyrie, which all I gotta say is, hey man, she deserves. Oh, there's Gabriel Iglesias. One of the things I will say about Lyra Valkyrie though, real quick, is that she's got a lot of star potential in her. She really does. So I really hope that that if she doesn't win the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which who knows what's going to happen with that. I haven't really been keeping that much of an eye on the Women's Championship tournament. Yeah, I know.
I don't care about no NXT, but if The Rock is going to be there and Trick Williams and Oba Femi and who else is doing a 3-way match, I'll watch.
Yeah. I'm going to get to Oba Femi in a sec. But one of the things I do want to say about Lyra Valkyrie is that she is going to be like a future big star one day. That is like guaranteed. I stand with that fact. And I think that could happen. If not at this year's Royal Rumble, then next year's. I believe that will happen. And I say the same thing for Oba Femi. Oba Femi is ready. Oba Femi is ready. Call him up to the main roster. Call him up.
Yeah, give him the Rumble, bro.
Killing it in NXT.
Give him the Rumble. Just have him show up at 19. Oh, what a surprise. Wait, he's still in it. He's tossing John Cena out and everyone.
Yeah.
You could make somebody today with a performance like that.
Yeah.
They should have him as a commentator because the commentators they had was putting me to sleep. I miss JR.
Yeah.
JR is not doing perfectly right now in AEW, But
Yeah, I know.
I do liked him. I liked him from the best. He was my favorite of all time.
Well, no, you think, hey, you think JR is bad? Look at Tony Schiavone in that one moment on when Tony Storm was about to cut a promo, and Tony Schiavone's like, "Don't speak, bitch. Come on now."
Was that on Botchamania?
No, it was on. It was on freaking. It was on AEW live on television. He's like, "I'll speak. Come on now." And JR and everyone on commentary was like, "Oh my God, Schiavone, what the hell are you doing?" And they were like live on television confronting him about this. I'm like, he wants out.
Nigel does a good job.
Nigel is great. That's one of the few things about AEW that I like is Nigel McGuinness. He's good. And one of the things about NXT 2019 I absolutely loved, Mauro Ranallo and Nigel McGuinness together. They were great.
Helps you invest. It helps you with a good commentator like that who's acting like it's real. They're the best.
Yeah.
That concludes this hour-long stream covering the first ever Netflix on Raw. You know the complaints.
Yep.
Hulk Hogan, fucking bullshit. Too many. They got to figure out the commercial stuff. Entrances are not that special, so chill.
Yeah. Especially with Saturday night's main event, they really got to figure that out, especially what happened there.
Kicking out of finishing moves, not appreciated. New Day, still yet to wrestle. The Miz, still not to wrestle. Still, we got his match with Killian Cross. I didn't talk about that, but Killian Cross convinced the Miz that they're going to be teaming up. So there's some storyline elements to look forward to next week, and they did a good job of promoting next week. I'm more interested in next week than what we got here with Raw wrestlers showing up on SmackDown wrestlers showing up on Raw.
Yeah, well, I'm actually a little more like invested into what's going on with what's going to happen with SmackDown now, because what's going to happen now that Roman Reigns has won the Olafala, and it kind of looks like that maybe we're not going to get that Roman and Rock match, which is a big letdown.
That will happen. It will happen. It's just boiling. We'll do that to conclude. Roman Reigns gets to say, "I retired The Rock," and that'll be sending him off.
Right. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that? But I am interested to see what is going to happen with him, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the new bloodline, because now that Solo Sikoa is no longer the new tribal chief, and there's a theory about this that I have, that Jacob Fatu is going to snap and betray him and everyone else within that bloodline, and he's gonna, and that after he faces Solo, likely at WrestleMania, he's gonna start getting a big push.
Yeah, because that guy, you knock him down, he'll land on his feet and he'll sell it, but he's not on his backs.
Right.
And then also Cero Miedo.
Penta, baby. Penta's coming, baby.
Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Chill Monger. That's Darkness Under the Wind.